Brought to you by...
Beyond the vastness of our solar system, there exist endless possibilities. For as long as we have wandered the Earth, we have looked to the stars and wondered what else might lurk out there. In the endless stretch of infinity, how could we be all that there is? In my opinion, we are not all that there is. The way that life developed here on Earth is very likely to have taken place in some similar form elsewhere. To me, it would be arrogant to assume otherwise. In many forms, other creative minds have imagined the idea that something else exists out there. Sometimes these other beings are kind and omniscient, but more often than not, they take on a more malevolent form, whether by nature or through sinister intent. Hello friends, and welcome back to ETF. Today I wanted to turn our gaze back toward the distant stars, as we are summoned to a secluded research facility, alongside a controversial young doctor, as she examines a cosmonaut who returned to Earth with an alien parasite inside of him. Set against the backdrop of those murky early years of the Russian space program, this film opens by keeping things shrouded heavily in mystery, forcing us to remain locked in the uneasiness of unknown quantities. A tone that remains consistent throughout the film's runtime, utilizing the score to effectively switch us from soft and calm to intense and bombastic, heightening the tension throughout each passing moment. This story places a woman who went through great lengths to save a young boy's life at the expense of her own reputation and the trust of those around her, and forces her to step up and risk everything once more to save another life. Our lead character is a woman with a weight on her shoulders. She has done something that is not normally condoned, but that she herself does not believe was wrong. Shots early on place our protagonist reflected in the glass as she watches the astronaut under hypnosis. He looms over her effigy the way the consequences of her actions do, signifying in a way that what she is about to experience will hang over her far heavier than anything she has done in the past. In a lot of ways, this film blends the elements of narratives like Alien and the more contained stories found in films like Splice or Species, pushing the boundaries of cosmic body horror. The creature design is highly unique and the CGI is extremely well conceived. Throughout, we learn that the creature feeds on the enzymes that cause fear. In a way, this film encompasses a metaphor about overcoming fear and facing the horrors that are placed in your path. On the other side, it's about accepting who you are and what you have done, and quelling the monsters that dwell within. The concept of the film is inherently alien, as in the Ridley Scott film, using similar attributes in its creature's morphology, but in a more unique way in my opinion, allowing the creature to return to its host and reinsert itself again and again, changing its body structure to adapt in and out of the host. The performances throughout this film are powerful and strong, delivering on cold and rigid portrayals, fitting each character into the analytical atmosphere of the piece, as this study is conducted on this parasitic creature in hopes of separating it from this man. This is a film that pits its characters against ethical choices and horrific realities, our cosmonaut's final actions being the prime example, as he is forced to face the thing that makes him a monster, and do what needs to be done in order to keep it from hurting anyone again. It is gorgeously presented in a cold and militant style, with smooth and flowing cinematography and beautifully dark and ominous lighting. It confines us to this facility as we explore this creature that we can never really hope to understand, and we can't help but, on some level, fear. You don't see a lot of strong or notable narrative filmmaking come out of Russia, but this film earns its place as a small-scale cosmic horror. While I'm not normally one to love a film that relies so heavily on CGI elements over practical choices, I do have to say that there are those out there that use them effectively. I'm giving Sputnik an A-. If you're a fan of classic sci-fi horrors like Alien, Species, The Thing, if you're a fan of classic sci-fi horrors like Alien, Species, or The Thing, then I definitely think that you'll get some enjoyment out of this one. However, it does lean a little more towards something like Arrival or Annihilation. Wasn't the music in today's video delightfully chilling? And it matched the tone of this film so perfectly. You might be wondering, how did we find such fitting tracks? Well, that's all thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Epidemic Sound. At Epidemic Sound, you can get yourself access to one of the largest online royalty-free music libraries that exist out there. With over 32,000 tracks from world-class composers, artists, and bands in a massive variety of genres, over 60,000 sound effects, unlimited downloads in use, and all rights covered, all for only $15 a month. For smaller content creators like myself, or those aspiring to get started on the platform, there is honestly no better option for music for your projects in my opinion. And if you sign up now using the link down in the description, you can get yourself 30 days access to this incredibly vast library absolutely free. So click that link below and elevate your audio with Epidemic Sound. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider supporting ETF on Patreon. You don't have to give a lot, every little bit helps this channel grow and helps us bring you new content to enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you aren't already. Click that bell icon to be notified on all our future videos, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.